Hi, so I'm jumping in today to talk about Venus is moving into Taurus today, which is so exciting. Just in about in like, I wrote it down somewhere, but maybe like in an hour or something. It's happening very quickly. So what does that mean for us in our divine feminine expression, right? Because Venus represents the divine feminine for us, the goddess, yin side of things, all the yumminess of the feminine. And Venus is moving into Taurus, which traditionally those two are very resonant, right? A resonant energy between Venus and Taurus. And Taurus is that sign that is like yummy. That's the best way to describe Taurus, I think. It's just like yummy, 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 right? It's the sign that's teaching us about feeling pleasure and goodness in like our physical bodies, right? Daniel Giammario, who's the founder of the shamanic astrology paradigm, talks about Taurus being like the Garden of Eden before the fall, right? Where just everything was like provided and we're just relishing in the sensuality of our body, like what looks good in the aesthetics, what tastes good, what smells good, what feels good, right? Like I think of rose as being the best essential oil for Taurus, right? Because it's that it's just associated with love. It helps us tune into more love. That's a part of Taurus as well, is just that intimacy and the yumminess of being with our lovers and stroking each other's bodies, right? And how nice that for us here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're just about to move into spring, right? The sun is going to move into Aries on Monday, and then that's the March equinox. And so for us, where I live, it's spring, which has that like yummy, sensual vibe. Like you feel like the earth's coming back to life. But for the Southern Hemisphere, it's fall, right? So it's also that time of, gathering and preparing for winter and preparing for that, cold or more yin time of the year as well, right? So all the signs work no matter what hemisphere that you're in. So Venus moving into Taurus today is got that vibe of the feminine, wants to step into that sensuality aspect, that place of touch and feel and good and pretty and enjoyment and all of that kind of stuff. So that sounds nice, right? Finding more pleasure in our body can be our guide while Venus, our divine feminine, is moving through this Taurus time. And in the journey in Venus alchemy, right, we're in the solar plexus time right now, that chakra, right? We're following the most ancient myth we have written down on those cuneiform tablets, those clay tablets from ancient Sumer. We're following the story of Inanna, the queen of heaven and earth, who really is Venus. The whole myth is about the journey and the cycle of Venus. And we're following Venus through the cycle. And the part we're at the cycle now is we're in the evening skies. So when you're out at night and the sun sets and it starts to get dark enough where you can see the first star, it's actually the first planet, and it's Venus coming to life. So you can dazzle your friends with your astronomy knowledge by going, look, it's Venus. That's so exciting. So Venus is in the evening skies. We're in the latter part of the whole Venus cycle. A new cycle will start in August. And where we are now is we're moving back up through the chakras. So the last moon and Venus conjunction, when the crescent moon came together with Venus in the night sky, that signified we moved into the solar plexus chakra, right? That time we're reclaiming our power at the chakras as we're moving back up. So we reclaimed our power, the solar plexus chakra, now moving into Taurus at this solar plexus chakra. I think it's more about reclaiming that power around our sensuality and our body and feeling pleasure and letting pleasure be our guide with our bodies, right? And then on the 24th, so just coming up in a few days, the crescent moon will meet with Venus in the night sky again. So look for that, like the 23rd, 24th, 25th, you'll see the moon near Venus in the sky. And that signifies moving into the heart chakra, right? So more yumminess to come. So Venus in Taurus at the heart chakra, right? That deep love, that unconditional love, that radiant love place where we bring that out into the world as well as feel it within ourselves. There's a book by Stephen Herod-Buhner, who is this amazing herbalist who passed away this year. Maybe it was the end of last year. Gosh, time is just flying. Recently passed away. This amazing man who's written a ton of great books. If you're into plant medicine like me, I highly recommend any of his books are amazing. But this one, he talks a lot about the secret teachings of plants. He talks a lot about the heart and how we tend to think of the heart as a pump. That's like what we learn in anatomy and physiology, but really, the muscle's not strong enough to pump all the blood through the body. So how does it pump? He says through science, they've discovered it's all about vortices, right? Creating vortex so that the blood moves in a vortex through the arteries and the veins. The red blood cells spin in a vortex, right? All of this, and that's what makes it move, but that's also why it has the largest electromagnetic field around it. So the heart is the place where, because of that electromagnetic field, that we pull in and gather information. It's like our main source of receiving communication, as well as it's the main place that we put out our messages into the world. So when you're wanting to connect more with Venus and your divine feminine, you do it through your heart. When you're wanting to connect more with your lover or partner, you do it through your heart, right? You want to connect in with the earth or the plants and the trees, you do it with your heart. This is where we receive the most information and where we give out the most information. And then our brains is how we interpret it, right? So that's the way it comes in. So as we're moving into the heart chakra with Venus in Taurus, it's an amazing time to really tune into the physicality of the energy that moves through and out of our hearts, which is lovely, right? So we're going to have the new moon in Aries, right? Shifting gears. So the sun moves into Aries, signifies the March equinox. Then the moon is going to quickly meet with the sun on Tuesday for the new moon. And then that waxing crescent moon, the one that's just coming back to light, reclaiming its light power, will meet with Venus to signify us moving into the heart chakra. So essences, essential oils that I recommend during this time, like for the heart and for Taurus, rose. Rose is like a go-to, right? It's so sensually pleasing. It's been used for millennia to represent the feminine. Lang Lang is another amazing heart-opening essence. It's also beautiful for Taurus. And the last one I'll suggest is cardamom green, another amazing heart essence, as well as a great digestive essence. So it's a nice bridge from our solar plexus into our heart chakra. And while I'm here, I'll just throw out a couple of things for all this Aries energy that's happening, right? With the March equinox moving into the sun's Aries season, as well as our new moon, setting our intentions. The new moon in Aries, we're having 2 new moons in Aries. So this one and the next one in April are all in Aries. And 2 essences I love for Aries are clove and cinnamon, right? Hot, spicy. Aries is all about the strength and the power and the being the protector. Those 2 essences protect our bodies from all the kind of things that we can deal with, the microbial kind of stuff. And March is the big month, lots going on. Pluto's moving into Aquarius for the first time since 1778, 74, 76. I have that written down, but I can't remember the exact date right now. I know some of these astrologers can just pull out these dates. I used to have that gear, but I just don't in the same way anymore. So anyways, it's been a really, really long time. And what's that going to mean for all of us, right? Pluto, our planet of composting and transformation, is moving into Aquarius, a cosmic consciousness, right? So hopefully we're going to see some consciousness raising things, transforming in our time. I don't know, I guess careful what we wish for, but let's hope for that as well. So anyways, I just wanted to drop in because I'm super excited, obviously, about Venus moving into Taurus, and it's moving from the solar plexus into the heart chakra. And I just want to send you all lots of love and blessings for your journey through all of this time.